Good Sunday morning, everybody. Good Sunday morning. Welcome to Sunday with Spirit. For those of you joining for the first time, welcome. This is not a political poll. This is a spiritual poll. Every Sunday, a group of us, we get together and we play and dance and vibrate on the web of creation, sending out positive thoughts throughout the world, throughout the universe, throughout this web of creation. And today I want to mix it up a little bit. Instead of playing on the web of creation, let's imagine ourselves playing on the tree of life, swinging from branch to branch. Not so much vibrating intentions out to the world, but paying attention to ourselves a little bit, having a little me time, even though we're going to interact with branches and leaves and others swinging on this tree of life. I mean, as I think of this tree, I can imagine there may be homes that are built on some of the branches, elementals living in the tree along with us, all that good stuff. I'm not quite sure where I'm going with this reading yet, but bear with me. I had a reading this last week where my Indigenous guides showed up. And I mean, they're always around me. I feel them, but somebody else got them and said, "Oh, look what you got." And I go, yeah, I know. And I was thinking after that reading, my journey that I've taken with this in the beginning, when I brought forth my Indigenous guide, I would get pushback a little bit from Native Americans who said, that's not for you to touch. You shouldn't throw cards on sacred things. And so I understand that. I mean, what we have done as a white society to the indigenous people's way of life is horrific. And so I back off a little bit and I go, okay, got it. That's yours. But my guides keep showing up and saying, nah, not so much. So I wanted to ask the cards. I wanted to dig into this a little deeper. Why are so many of us tapping into Indigenous guides at this point in time? When I grew up, it was only angels in the Christ consciousness, and that was due to my religion. Other religions, they would tap into their higher source energies. And when I first became aware that there was this ancient way that of talking to spirit that encompassed the whole world, all relations, all nations, all peoples. It didn't matter what color skin it was. It didn't matter what place you were on the planet. The practices were extremely similar. So, I'm thinking to my guides, I'm going, so why now? Why now? And so that's the spread that I've got. Why now? Why are so many indigenous guides showing up to us? And I'm talking about me as a white man. And I know the answer. It's not that I don't know the answer and I'm not resonating with it, but there is still a little, I can't jump fully into it because I need to respect it a little. And it's not that I don't have the proper respect, but that's holding me back. Does that make sense? So what is it that we need to let go of that's holding us back? Let's just see what the cards have to say with this. And normally I'm like really super clear on the intention when I pull cards. This one, it's going to be a little more general because I'm not quite sure what the question is. Why are shamanic guides showing up to us at this time is the question, but I think it goes beyond that. So I'm just going to let it be and go beyond that. The first card that I pulled was the Ancient Ones. Powerful, powerful, powerful. Who are the Ancient Ones? Those are the guides. For me, those are my guides that stand behind me, that give me a little push when I need it, give me a little support when I need it. And I put them, I feel them in my southern direction if I'm looking at the medicine wheel. Some people say, no, your guides and ancestors should be on the north. However we want to feel that, in my perspective, I don't want to limit that and say, oh, I can only feel that in the north. Oh, I can only, it restricts us. So I don't want that. However you want to sense that. So my ancient ones, my guides that have been here before, now, and in the future, because we think in linear terms, so let that go too. The ancient ones are saying you need to hear some information, not current information, not AI information. Well, and maybe AI information down the road, but right now it's too clunky. But really, it doesn't feel like it's AI. It feels like it's, well, let's just see. Oh, it's lower world energy, lower world information. So the lower world in the shamanic practices, there is a shaman will go into the unseen realms using repetitive sounds like a drum or a rattle. And when they go into these unseen realms, for me, the way it makes sense is that there's an upper, middle, lower world. Okay, so that puts it in a line. Okay, my 3D brain can handle the line. And we travel down into the lower world through a cave or a hollowed out tree and go down to the roots of the tree. Some people go down the roots of the tree of life down into the lower world, where in my practice I find my power animals. There's other entities down there as well in the unseen realm, and you can ask them, what do I need? What power, what strength are you showing me that I have that I'm not using, or whatever? It's also a grounding. So the ancient ones, by looking at this card here, sorry, this card here suggests a little more grounding. And this card to me on this deck is not at all how I imagine the lower world. The lower world to me is very bright. There is no it's just really bright. It's like it's almost like this 3D world on a sunny day on steroids. It's like vibrant and clicking and clacking, and it's phenomenal. But different images for different times, for different people. Certainly we can have that dark feeling walking through the darkness. I mean, I think of the jaguar walking through the jungles in the darkness, powerful, strong, being able to see in that darkness. And that's kind of what this card represents, seeing in that darkness. What else does the Ancient Ones want us to share? Want us to, oh, awesome. The journey. So I was talking about that a little bit. This is linearly speaking, this journey is enjoy what you're doing. Enjoy the path you are on. I believe we chose this time to be here to observe, to report back for a future life, to witness, to be part of, to help other people get through this time. And those of you that are watching, we're all healers, or you wouldn't be watching us. Maybe you clicked on in the beginning to see what it's about, and if you're still here, well, you're part of the solution. You're not part of the problem. And so however you interpret these cards, again, is your interpretation. All right, let's keep going. The journey. So, I'm sorry, I'm going to back up. So this journey will take us to the upper, middle, lower worlds. Go into the unseen worlds to find out what the Ancient Ones want us to hear. So we set our intention to go to the upper world to hear our angels, our guides, our spirits. The middle world is this 3D reality, but we're going into the unseen realm of this 3D reality, and that's where there's a lot of elementals. There's maybe some trickster energy there. The lower world is where we get our power animals. That's the way that I work this. Okay, let's see what else we get. Oh. Earth. Earth. And it's in medicine position. The Ancient Ones are asking us to connect with Earth more. And it being in medicine position, what we're doing to the Earth is upside down. How we ground ourselves maybe isn't, we're not doing that. Maybe that needs some help. We need to do it more. We need to have more reverence for it. Because this spread to me is all about, it's about reverence of stepping into this ancient knowledge of the indigenous cultures, of my guides who stand behind me, a Native American and an Australian medicine woman. Why are they here? Why are they attached to me? So that I can get a little more grounded. The next card we get is the Coyote. That is in medicine position, the coyote is a trickster energy. And, I say this a lot in this time. We are here to witness the good and the bad. And we're seeing a lot of bad energy. And I think that's this trickster energy reversed. It's not in balance. He's showing us the side that we really would rather not see, but it's important to see it so that we know not to do that again. We see the consequences of that energy, of the trickster energy, and so it's yin and yang. It's pluses and minuses. It's the duality that we need to merge together so that we can have a more balanced life. In this trickster energy, it's interesting that I get this because the coyote is a position, a power animal for the South. And for me, these power animals shift a lot in my 4 directions. But some cultures use the coyote in the South. For me, my power animal in the South is the jaguar. For me, my helping spirits are in the South, and they are my strength. They are my support, that if I start falling backwards, going, help me, they're there to catch me. And sometimes they'll go, trust us. You know how you close your eyes and they go, just fall backwards, we'll catch you. Trust us. Just fall backwards, we'll catch you. I haven't done that yet. Maybe it's time to fall backwards into the ancient ones and trust that they'll get me. All right. Next card as we move on. Oh. The Council. Whatever this card means for you, the Council. I look at this. Oh, yeah. So now you can. Okay, I look at this and I think of the Council of Light. My galactic friends. GF. God Force. The angels. The master teachers. The ancient ones. Interesting that I say maybe I should just trust when they say, hey, just fall back into this, we got you. And that is the position that many people take when they do that exercise. They put their hands over their hearts, they close their eyes, and they just fall backwards. Imagine, if you will, doing this exercise and falling into the Council of Light. To me, it feels like a pillow. And the final card, unless I decide to throw more. The moon. The moon in medicine position. The cyclical nature of things. Why are all our indigenous guides showing up now? Because it's a cyclical nature of things. They've done this before. They're the ancient ones. You think they're here just now in this time stream? No. No. They've been here long before. They've seen this before. Maybe not to this extent. Also, this moon is about the feminine qualities. And I often talk about how we're switching into a more feminine, balanced energy. Get back to the trickster energy. It can't be, even though we're moving away from the over-domineering patriarchal society, and we're going to shift into the matriarchal society. And I was wondering, is that pendulum going to shift too far so that it's female dominated? And when I asked that question to myself, I heard no. That energy won't allow that to happen, because that's not what the matriarchal energy is. It's all about compassion. And you guys pick your words. It's all about feeling. It's all about sharing, love, comfort. And with this moon card in medicine, it reminds me that we're not there yet, but we're going through the phases of the moon to get there. All right. Why are our indigenous guides showing up to so many of us at this time? They've always been there. We're just hearing them a little louder via the journey we're on, paying attention to our grounding. It feels like we're not, that there's room for improvement on this grounding effort, and way more improvement on taking care of Mother Earth. And we have the cyclical nature of things. It's kind of like the Hanged Man in tarot. A little suspension, a little pause from the full illumination that we may get with a full moon. We have a pretty powerful new moon. I think that's coming up. Is it this? I don't know. Might be this weekend. And it's for us to tap into the true counsel of light. Not one person's image of what is creator source, but more of the ancient ones. And I do get star beans with this a lot, if I didn't say that. Go on the journey, get quiet, ground to the earth, find your power animal so that you're not being thrown off by the coyote trickster energy. Listen to the ancient ones, listen to the council. All right, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here on this Sunday with Spirit. Appreciate you all. Peace and love.